Now to the budget cuts announced today by Mayor Adams.
He says 5% cuts across all agencies are necessary, and that includes sanitation, education, and public safety. Once the cuts are implemented, the NYPD will have the fewest officers it has had since the 90s. CBS 2's Ali Bauman explains what these cuts mean for you.
Where are you going? You're supposed to be going that way home.
Lizette Orsini knows everyone at the Astoria houses. She's lived here for 3 decades. But since last year, her neighborhood has seen a rise in almost every major crime. And quality of life, she says, is suffering.
Like in the buildings, we sometimes can't even go inside the buildings because there's people there just sleeping there. So it's like kind of hard in every way.
Orsini worries what will come from the budget cuts that City Hall announced Thursday.
Every agency is going to be impacted.
A $5.5 million slash to the sanitation department means fewer litter baskets and cuts for cleanups of sidewalks and greenways. The public library will have to close certain branches on Sundays as of December. And as for schools, the education department says $120 million will be eliminated from pre-K and 3K programs, along with rollbacks to summer school.
If they cut up all these programs, what are the kids going to be? In the streets. That's where they're going to be.
The NYPD will feel it too. The cuts may eliminate the next 5 classes in the police academy, leaving the NYPD with fewer than 30,000 officers by next year, numbers the department has not seen since the 1990s. Even though tax revenue has outpaced projections, Mayor Adams says the city has to close a $7 billion budget gap in the next fiscal year. He blames these cuts on federal COVID aid ending and costs of the migrant crisis rising. The teachers union projects 43% of the school system will be hit with mid-year budget cuts. That's exacerbated by a record number of homeless students, many of whom are seeking asylum and learning English.
This is going to become a really ugly public fight. Our schools dealing with the asylum seekers are under a tremendous amount of stress and pressure because they're not getting a lot of support, and now they're going to get cuts on top of it.
City Councilman Justin Brannon chairs the Council Finance Committee. He says there will soon be oversight hearings to evaluate the budget plan.
I think some of these proposed cuts are really puzzling, and I think the onus now is on the council to put forward some alternative proposals.
On top of all this, City Hall says agencies should prepare for 2 more funding cuts in the next 6 months.
We need help. And them cutting everything off is going to be worse because we're not going to have nothing.
But the mayor says on the bright side, he's not raising taxes. In Astoria, Queens, Ali Bauman, CBS 2 News.